Howdy, hey! Welcome back to the Pacific Northwest Gold Rushers. I'm Jeff, amateur prospector, and this is Gold Rush 22. Today is day 2 of the panning pit. I got a friend who has a group of friends who wanted to learn how to pan, and has actually for, God, it's got to be 2 years or more, been wanting to learn how to pan, and we just never been able to connect because her busy days are the weekends, and that's the only days I have off. She's actually the owner and artist of White Rabbit Tattoo in Concrete, Washington, and so the weekends are busy days for her. But I'll tell you what, she's a phenomenal artist, and I don't have any tattoos because honestly I'm too cheap. I'd rather buy a new gold pan, but I would think if I'm going to put art on my body, that will be for the rest of my life. I want to make sure it's done right and by a true artist, and that is what she is. So look up White Rabbit Tattoo. She for sure is coming with my little buddy Bluto. I also have a friend who you met up at Kibble Bits, that prospector friend Rick. He might come. I don't know how many people are coming. So he might come, and he said he might bring a couple cool toys and so forth. Lise also has a website called Not Your Effing Guru. Lise has an absolute heart of soul. Her and I are completely different. But it's proof that you can still have completely different beliefs in things, yet still respect it. She's just a loving, caring person. She's got a heart of soul, but she's a hard worker. And she finally just bit the nail and said, "I'm going to do this." So she has that website, YouTube channel, Not Your Effing Guru, and she also has a website that she does like crystals and stuff like that. Now, it's not really my cup of tea, but I know people who it is. So if you check it out and you have friends that you think that might be something they're interested in, make sure and refer it. I'm here an hour or two early because I'm going to try to classify. I brought, let's see, 4 buckets. My arbor fabrication. I brought the big excavator this time, as well as my pickaxe, and of course my hydration station. And I brought a change of shirt because I know I'm going to sweat my booty off. But I brought another classifier just to kind of teach them, in my super sluice. And in there is all my pans and snuffer bottles and everything. I even brought some jet dry. Yeah, so my goal today is I'm going to classify the buckets just like yesterday. And then I'm going to speed pan them down to probably about, I'm hoping that out of each bucket I can get it reduced down to about 1/3. So I should have, in theory, see, I got 1, 2, I got 3 white buckets and 1 orange bucket. So the orange bucket is going to be the super classified. So I'm going to fill the 3 buckets up out of the pit, classify it down, and dump it into the orange bucket. Once I have that full, I may do 3 more, and we'll see. But we all know when you're first learning panning, what I can do in 30 seconds takes them 30 minutes. So I never had the opportunity to have somebody get hands-on training on how to pan. Even when I started, YouTube was just kind of I didn't really know much about it. But I think I wish I would have had somebody just to do something like this for them, and they very much deserve it. Again, it could just be Lise, or I don't know, I can end up with 10 people here then I don't know what I'm going to do. I asked Rick if he does come to bring every pan he has, because again, we have no idea. Even Lise doesn't. But she's definitely coming. She's excited, and we're going to send everybody home with some NUGS. Let's get to it. I got a lot of classifying to do. Then after that, that's actually why I brought that tub. I'm not breaking my back again. And besides that, the one rock I was sitting on to classify is almost underwater again, so you can see the waters came up a little bit. So I'm going to get to work. Let's do it. Gold Rush 22. It's going to be a fun day. Howdy. Just want to make a quick note here. I kind of talked yesterday about how a couple weeks ago when I found this, it was really random, and it was, even the material I ran yesterday was really good, but you have to kind of watch, especially here, because this bar for 100 years has been being dug, and so I like to kind of open, when I first opened that hole, and I mentioned you kind of know which way to chase. Let me show you what I found. So this is the first hole, and we just kind of worked it here. I knew it was getting sandy over here, and those are good gravels there, and I think there's good gravels down here. But that's all sand, and it just keeps going, and well, at least a little bit. Now over here, I did hit, you can hear the rocks. It kind of comes up at an angle here like this. So this looks like all pay dirt. I'm not going that way. So again, there's a rock right there, but that's way down there. So that kind of tells me that because there's no compressed rock right there, and that's 1.5 feet below that shelf right there. So not going that way. Still think we have plenty of dirt. If I go any way, it's going to be this way, right here. So I just wanted to bring that up. Never hesitate to change your plans. That changes my plan. Kind of surprises me though. I was kind of like, what's going on? But doesn't matter to me as long as there's a NUG. Gold Rush 22. Howdy, Abe. Okay. One, it is hot as crud. It's a beautiful day, but I need that sun to go over them trees. All right, so like I said, that where I threw that boulder that was down there over, that's all sand. I broke most of that wall down. I'm still working on it, and kind of dug here. And the reason is you can see the difference in material from over there. But we know we got at least some good material. The second half, I don't know. But we got some good pile of tailings. Had to move some more rock. And it is nice having the extra buckets because I can wash the big rocks in the bucket and just throw them. But everything's close, so it's going to be easy to reclimate. From now on, the big rocks are going to go up over there. I got 3 full buckets. So now I need to take a small little break and get some water in me. And I'm not even going to have a blue mountain until the sun gets over there because, you know, I know alcohol and heat don't do well. But I got plenty of water. I kind of have a rule of thumb. I try to drink a liter of water if I know I'm going to be sweating a lot on my drive here. So I've already had a liter of water and already took down a bottle, but this is the hard part. Now, I was going to use my tub to classify this down into that bucket, but I think what I'm going to do is just plop my chair down there, or I may check out that rock again. It kind of looks like it's going down a little bit. I just don't want to get my ass wet. But I definitely need to take a small little break, and I may even, once I get this into the bucket, I may take a pan of just that material there and do a quick test pan. So, back in a bit. Gold Rush 22. Howdy, haven't done an update in a bit. We're having our panning lesson. Lise did show up in Galadriel. Galadriel. The most unique name I've ever heard. And then Rick showed up over there. He's using his bucket sluice, which we'll check out. We got our faithful mascot, Bluto. Stay close. Hey, get back here. Anyway, this here is Lise, not your effing guru. She's so OCD that she refuses to dump anything out of her pan. And she doesn't understand why it's just as much now as it was at the beginning. But they're getting it. I'm never going to remember her name. Galadriel? Galadriel. Good Lord. I told her I'm going to change her name to Beth. So they're playing around. We're using the tub, and she's getting a little more water when you're at that stage. Remember, you want it really aerated. Tilt it a little bit down towards the riffles, because remember that corner, you want it to go. There you go. She does a lot of like rocking and swirling motion, and but hey, now I am going to tell you, to her credit, she's picking up really fast, and she got the black sand iron down to where, and she got a couple tiny micro dots, but for the first pan ever to actually do that well, getting everything out, I was impressed. Lise, we're going to be laughing at for weeks for this one.
Oh my God, I suck at this.
Everybody sucks at it at first, but she's getting it. She's getting it. She doesn't want to let any. There may be a speck of gold in this, even though I didn't see it. It could still be there, kind of mode. You gotta, like I told Rich, you have to trust what you're doing and trust the pan. So we're gonna get back at it because she doesn't, but she'll get it. She'll get it. I might have to switch her to a smaller pan, and that way she has better control and can do it with one hand, but we'll see. Well, that was pretty. So, anyway, it's still, that you can see it's in the shade. I think it's time for a Blue Mountain, and these two ladies are a crack up. I actually, the only reason why I'm not filming a lot of Lise right now, because I don't want to, because I'm so famous with 100 and something subscribers now. I'm catching up to you. Oh, nice. Is I don't want her to be on like national TV. So anyway, back in a bit. Okay, here's an update, and I got to tell you, they both did fantastic for their first pan, but Lise finally finished. And believe it or not, she's got, what did we find, 8, 9 flakes? Okay, so let me take this. I'm going to get it into water so they really stand out. And that one there, folks, is a Pacific Northwest NUG. Now, very gently keep that on the water. Don't let it come out of the water. Okay. You take your snuffer bottle, suck it up, and you're rich.
Snuff me rich, Galadriel.
And you have to make a sucky sound when you do it.
Do I keep it way under the water, or do I tilt it back a little bit?
I can't even see it, and I'll do it. See how I squeeze that? You ready? I don't even know where it is. I'm just going to suck it up anyway.
Oh, okay.
Are they still there?
Yeah, I think there's 3 of them right there.
Okay.
I can't see them in the shade like you're
1,
saying.
2, 3 right there.
She has so much glare that at the angle I'm looking, Did I get him?
I think so. No, there's a couple specks right there.
Oh.
Back a little bit there. I think you got him.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Look at all them nugs. Oh, you silly goose. There ain't no more gold in there. Go dump it out.
Are you sure?
Yeah, see, she's swearing there's going to be another microdot in there. Get it. We already looked at that. Get it out of here. Here, give me that pen. She won't throw away anything.
Right?
She was down to about 3 tablespoons of sand for like an hour, and she wouldn't get anything out of her pan. Now put another scoop in it, and now you know what you're doing.
What do we do with this?
You put it in my pocket, and I take it home.
Well,
No.
Okay.
I'm going to set it right here, Lise. This one's going to go better, I swear.
Is this your chair that I'm sitting in?
It's her chair. So anyway, we're going to let her do it again. I should put a stopwatch on it, but the important thing is, are you enjoying the outdoors? Are you having fun?
Yeah.
That's what it's about. That's why we call it Gold Rushing. Gold Rush 22. Back in a bit.
Oh, this isn't the last time. Just throwing this stuff in there?
Howdy. Well, I only ended up super classifying 2 buckets. So we're going to show you is it called a bucket sluice?
The bucket rig by Daniel Reed.
The bucket rig by Daniel Reed, Rick brought. And you found a couple nugs, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Several.
Lise, did you ever end up getting anything out of your pan?
I actually went through 2 whole pans so far.
So this is the bucket now. It has a classifier. You could hook a pump up to this, but he's just going to feed water to it, and Lise is just going to feed it. And you have Dream Mat in there, right?
Yep. So that'll hold.
And so that's our last bucket of 1/8 inch classified that we did this morning. So we're just going to do this.
That was the square. So that's big.
I had a rock in there that clogged it up.
Oh, did a rock get in there?
Yeah.
Do you want to put that thing back in there? I guess it wouldn't hurt to have that in there. It's not like it's going to stop anything.
It ain't gonna run.
So that actually is pretty cool. You can go pretty fast with that.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time you get even a half a buck of water up here, it hasn't
Normally
even...
you throw your classifier
Yeah, leave that in there for now, just in case there is a missed rock. That is awesome. Now, Rick, that's from where?
It's the Daniel Reed's bucket rig.
That would work really good around here.
Daniel Reed, we're thinking of you right now, buddy.
I think if me and Lise could take Rick and just steal this thing.
Yeah, they work pretty good. They're lightweight. You can hook up a little recirculating pump on it and run for several hours. I tested this thing out, and it does great for ponds, and it does great for just small hobby prospecting.
Didn't I tell you that once the sun goes over those trees, you start getting a breeze?
It's beautiful out.
Splash a little water in that bucket too. Watch yourself, Lise. That stuff compresses, so a little water in there will loosen it up. It will aerate it.
Aeration.
Too full? Overfilled it? There it goes. Yeah, slow down a little, Lise.
Get that gold. Get the gold.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pan of these tailings to see if we missed anything.
Go ahead.
You think we will?
No, not what you're doing now. They have to go through every single one of those cells. Hold on, Lee. There's black sand in the quadrant there. I'll get some vortex going here.
Yeah, you've got a total jam up in there now. Oh, there it goes.
Oh.
Like I say, why don't you wait, Lise, and let them put that basket in there just to be safe. Because sometimes with that Arbor Fabricator, small flat rocks slip on the side of it.
Alright.
And I think, see, it stopped again.
Super exciting and hard.
All right, put that basket in there now, just to be safe. Well, if anything, she makes a good,
Look,
she's a good wash plant operator.
Call her a rig tender.
Yeah. She can't pan worth her shit, but she can do this. We're not putting her in the gold room.
Hey, 6 months from now, you may regret that.
Oh, hey, I tell you, and I got to let you know because Lise really wants to learn this. That's why we're letting her see this. I went ahead and gave her one of those pans and a snuffer bottle so she could come here anytime. And I already told her I'm going to set up hidden game cameras so we can put up some comic relief on my YouTube channel. So. Well, if they finish that, we'll go over here and make fun of her.
No respect.
Now, which, this is pan number 3?
I'm not sure.
Is this
I
Lise?
think maybe.
Is this Lisa's here?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to cheat with Lisa's. Hey, Lise, this is your pan.
Yes, it is. I'm not done with it yet.
Yeah, you are.
Careful. Oh man, the big nug is in there, dude. Oh, there it goes.
I put a little water in there, maybe. Just a little.
All right, the big nug is in this one now because I had done such an excellent job on that pan.
We're gonna test his tailings. Test his tailings. You still feeling confident, Rick? He has no worry at all.
Oh, that's not bad.
See if we can do this all one-handed.
Fun. Yeah. That's easy and fun. You don't have to. What do you play, a little jackery or something?
How you doing, buddy?
Jackery with a little.
You here to help?
Around a car.
You know you're driving your mama nuts with you going everywhere. Dog's been going for 2 hours. He's old.
Or a booster box.
What is the pump for? Why do we need a pump when this is working? You hook it to the river and it would run the water you wouldn't have to drill it? Oh, okay. So if there's gold in here, it's going to be in this part of the bucket, right? Yeah. Good boy.
Just doing this fast. Oh! 3 flakes right there. 1, 2, 3, and haven't even got all the way down. That's easy enough to fix, though. We had a couple jam ups that messed with the water flow. That's right. Leave that in there. And I'm going to shut this off for a minute. We're doing the cleanup of that dream mat. 1 bucket. This is for, oh, you see that nug. So look at all them. 1 bucket. Plus the tailings.
Nice.
Actually, Rick was saying that the reason why they're in the tailings, this stuff had so much black sand, we were feeding it so fast that it overwhelmed it and it shut the water off, so when the water came it had a surge, and you never want that.
Okay.
We don't want any gold coming down. It doesn't matter if it moves up there with the sand. There's a piece right there that came down. You see that?
Yeah.
So take your finger and slide that up. tap your finger in the water. There you go. And we're good to go. So, the thing is though, you saw how little gold is,
Yeah.
you know, and you
It's
took
like
that,
a grain of
you took
sand.
that big pan,
Yeah.
and you don't want to get rid of any of it. How are you going to get down to those tiny little
I
dots?
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Lisa's.
Actually,
Howdy, hey. Well, just finished reclamating the hole and kind of cooling down a little bit. It was a fun day. We used Rick's bucket sluice. Excuse me. Rick's bucket sluice to finish off that last bucket. We did lose a little bit on that one run because we were running a little too fast for this black sand, and I proved that with panning the tailings. So not only did we finish off the bucket, I went ahead and scraped off the top of the tailings there and ran that again as well, and we were able to find some more good color with Lise and send her home with a few more NUGs. Yeah, it was a fun day. I laughed a lot. I did give Lise a gold pan and a snuffer bottle, and as a gift, and told her to keep practicing. And I showed her kind of even here, you can come down here and just do a garden shovel at a time if you want. But so she's going to work on that. We are going to get together again sometime. I think she had a good time as well as her friend, and yeah, so I'm just going to cool off here a little bit, drink me some water. It's approaching 5 o'clock. I gave her all the gold and everything, so all I have left is my concentrates at home, and I'm sure it's going to be probably too late for me to run those, but we'll see. Howdy. Okay, I made it back home. I actually was thinking about not doing the cleanup from yesterday, but I've been wanting to really make sure my gold wheel is still working. Also today, very fun day. It's always fun, and I think we got a couple new gold rushers, especially Lise. She's got gold fever, and it was great. Thank you, Rick, for coming and helping out, even though he couldn't slip some iron pyrite by me, but it did freak me out. But he also brought that bucket sluice. I can see some definite applications for that, so I'm going to do some research on that, and maybe next year after this Christmas, because I always treat myself to a new toy, I might be buying one of those, Rick. I want the bigger one, though. Go big or go home. So, anyway, I got my cons from yesterday. My little pans, my panning bucket, and my all-purpose kitchen-type strainer device, suggested by Flower Gold Wizards. And I set up my gold wheel. The nice thing about this, it all sits in like this cooler, but it sets up in like basically 2 minutes, less the water. Now, that's the initial setup. Right now, I'm just kind of running it, letting the jet dry mix in and make sure everything keeps working with no hiccups. But yeah, once we start feeding some this black sand in there, I will show you how I adjust it. When I had my gold broom, it never moved. I left it exactly at that adjustment, but it is designed to be mobile, and I got it down. But it's kind of a three-dimensional puzzle. You have not just the water flow coming out of the tubes. You also have the pitch. So finding that balance between those was tricky at first. I'm getting better at it. I liked it better when I didn't have to mess with it. But the whole purpose of buying that particular gold wheel is to be able to take it somewhere, set it up anywhere, and clean up your gold. So let me get, I'm gonna strain out all the bigs with that kitchen type strainer device, and then get to feeding some sand in there. Back in a bit. Howdy, hey. Okay, I just dumped and pulled back the minimal black sand that was in the cup, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see, that was yesterday, so we ran probably about six to 8, somewhere around there. Not full buckets like you saw today, but they were, you know, half to 2/3 full. But let me show you. This is actually pretty good, and there's definitely a couple nugs in there. So, I'm happy with that. That's nice. And it felt good to break out my gold wheel, make sure it works and all. And just like anything, you got to use it once in a while, otherwise they freeze up. I got dinner warming up, and yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm more happy how much enjoyment Lise got today. She was just glowing, and she's been wanting to do this for so long. I feel like I helped her do something on her bucket list, and now she's got her own gold pan and her own snuffer bottle, so she can find as many nugs as she wants to. And we're definitely going to get together again, and I think we're going to do this a little more often, maybe a couple times, 2 or 3 times a summer, and maybe we'll even expand it to all you guys on YouTube. And the best thing about that place, at that particular bar, isn't the fact that it's just phenomenal gold. It's the fact that it's easy to get to, easy to find. You park right near it, so you can bring down a chair. It's a great place, and I'll tell you what, if you can pan the gold at that particular bar with all that black sand and find those microflakes like Lise did, and now she got those microflakes, that's impressive. She's a little chicken liver when it comes to getting anything out of her pan. She'll get it, and so she's got the basics down. Now it's up to her. So I am gonna sign off for this weekend, and I want to thank all my new subscribers and my existing subscribers. I was talking to them, even telling them, hey, you know, every ground is different, every area is different, but you watch their videos. One, I get, and they will get, to see the excitement and the passion in their eyes. I mean, you guys, you always know somebody who's into it, because it's not about the gold, it's about the hunt for the gold. And you know, I was watching, who was it? Adventure Time Prospecting. That old timer goes out there, he busts his booty, and he shows a lot of the scenery, and it's just absolutely beautiful. You got to check out his last video, though. He saw a Bigfoot track, and that's pretty awesome. But he's just into the nature part. He's like all of us, because we love nature. You know, these people who vandalize and litter and everything just drives me nuts. And there are usually people who say, oh, I love the country, and then they bring their McDonald's bag and just toss it. And it's like, oh, God, it just drives me nuts. So every time I go, I do take a bag with me, and I pick up whatever garbage these idiots leave behind. So I'm sure all you guys do too. So I had a really good time this weekend. I'll tell you what, I hurt my shoulder this week, and It needs to keep moving, but I don't want to move it. I just want to relax. But I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If you have any recommendations, any suggestions, any comments, leave it. I read every single one of them, and I value every single one of you. So, with that, I'm going to sign off. I'm sitting there looking past you, looking at my gold. There's nothing like gold fever. So, yeah, great weekend, great weather. I sweated my booty off, so somebody thinks they lost a couple pounds. I guarantee it. It's only a few more pounds to tuck and have that freaking pizza. Won't be long till I'll be slim and mean. So, keep up the videos, guys. And you guys that are slacking, you know, oh, I don't want, I love your guys' videos. So many of you that I watch all of a sudden stop doing videos. Get your booties back out there. Get back out there enjoying yourselves. Even if it's a 1-minute video, I don't care. Share your adventure, because I love it. I love it, and if I love it, I'm sure the other people love it, and it is doing good. So, with that, I want to tell everybody, you have a wonderful week. Get through it. If it's a hard week, like I said last week, if it's a hard week, that means when you have the weekend, you can really appreciate it, because you get to do what you want to do and go look for them NUGS. Gold Rush 22. Thanks again.